so many sort of sloppy things, but then does something brilliant. Not quite in Mo Salah's, range, but that's the kind of player he is. He's sort of hit and miss, and I just think from Chelsea's perspective, he's an upgrade in what they've got.
Meanwhile, another City player could be heading to Chelsea. Nathan Ake, £50 million, Jules. Blooming heck, City have done well if they get that sort of figure to a player who was playing behind Fernandinho last year.
Yeah, that's right. He was fourth choice as best, maybe even fifth. You're right, when Fernandinho towards the end played ahead of him, although he was not fully fit, but certainly Stones, Laporte and Diaz were way ahead of him. And it's even more unbelievable in a way that they are ready to pay that much, considering he was theirs only a few years ago before he went to Bournemouth. Ake went through the academy at Chelsea, and then they clearly didn't count on him back then, so they loaned him and then sold him, and now he's back. They wanted a left-footed centre-back, and this is what he does. Will he start? I still think they're going to go for one better, much bigger centre-back, much bigger name, for sure. We knew how in they were for Matthijs de Ligt, for example. This looked like it's not going to happen. And again, it shows that they have struggled a bit this summer to sign the players that they wanted, the right ones. So Ake will come in, and that's another body, and that's what you want, and that's what you also need. But surely after that, they need to go and get someone who's better than him, because he's a good Premier League player. He's proven, he's got experience, he's a Dutch international, it's no problem. But he's not Rudiger, he doesn't have that quality, certainly not at the moment. So I think it's a bit lightweight if you only sign Nathan Ake after losing Christensen, Rudiger, and also potentially Azpilicueta.
Frank?
I'm very surprised, I have to say. It's funny that it's like the same story with Lukaku. You want him, he doesn't settle down very well, so you put him on loan, in some Premier League club. Then he goes to Manchester City for a reason that I don't know still, because he wasn't maybe a first choice. But still, he does well for the club as let's say, number 2 in some positions. But he would go back to Chelsea for 50 million. You have the example of Lukaku, it didn't work. You have so many examples of players who wanted to come back, and it never worked. We saw Pogba with Manchester United as well. We're going to see what's going to happen to Pogba in Juventus. But we have so many examples of players going back to their former club and not doing great. So first for Chelsea, I think it could be something that warned them to not getting him. And again, yes, I agree with Jules. Ake is a good player, but 50 million? Oof. I mean, come on, City, calm down a little bit.
Why don't Chelsea just go for the bingo full house and try and bring back Mo Salah and Kevin De Bruyne?
Yeah, get them all in.
Exactly.
Go for the full house,
yes.
bingo.
Yeah. Burnley, Leboeuf, get them all back.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.